Hello and welcome back to the Block Update podcast. It is episode 83. As usual, I'm joined by Slack Lizard. Slack Lizard. Affectionately known by his mother.
Name?
Slack Lizard.
Can you get my real name right?
By his mother as Jonathan.
You can't spell my name right.
Of course, Foxy and Slack, affectionately known by my mother as, Oi, pack it in!
What'd you do wrong?
Well, generally speaking, like that would come from a distance. So, like, I'd be in my room, maybe, I don't know, doing something that apparently made banging noises downstairs, or maybe had things turned up too loud, or...
You were trying to have fun.
Yeah, enjoying myself, basically.
No, that's not allowed.
And no. Enjoyment was out of... No, you must not enjoy yourself. No fun. This is not a fun household. Pack it in.
No.
Yeah. So...
that's what you were doing wrong then. You should have been miserable.
Yes.
You should have been thinking about working and editing and everything else. So.
Oh, no, I didn't do that back then. No. Back then it would have been school, homework,
laundry,
folding clothes, putting things in the cupboards. Tidying.
What about
bedrooms.
taking out the trash?
We had that, walking the dogs, cutting the grass. Yeah, lots of jobs really. So
you had a yard?
Whoa, man! When I was we had a big yard. When I was how old would have been? 10 till about 18 when I left for university. We moved to a village and we built a house there as a bungalow, but we had a big old long, it used to be an orchard. So you had a big old long garden at the front, which had the drive in it, and a big old long garden at the back. And then next to that, we had a field as well. And this field, it was constantly waterlogged. It was just bogged the whole time. It wasn't like a big farmer's field, but it was a big field. And it's big for a 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old boy to then have to go on his dad's ride-on mower and try and cut the grass from this thing that didn't cut because it was just way too boggy. And, at 11, 12 years old, getting off the ride-on mower and putting your hand down the chute into this motorised spinning contraption to pull the grass out. My mum and dad thought that was fine. Could you imagine these days? Kids, putting their arm in one of them or even riding them. You'd be like, no, you can't do that. But no, that was my
times have
punishment
changed,
job. They have. I found any excuse I could to get out of that job. I mean, you had a ride on. Don't be so lazy. No, you might as well have gone out there with a pair of scissors. It took you that long, just constantly stopping to empty all the grass out of this stupid tube. Jeez,
sounds like fun.
Tube. Speaking of stupid tube, Slack, patron. I don't know. It's not a very good segue. That.
No, that wasn't. That's pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah. The Blog Update podcast is supported by Patreon. And I would like to thank, as usual, at the beginning of each of our shows, the 53 patrons that we have, including our top tier Minecraft 2.0 patrons, who are James Carter, Stitch Fix, and The Praetor. If you would like to support the show because you really enjoy it, you can do by going to patreon.com/the Block Update. The prices are per podcast, and the minimum perks you will get are access to our bonus show, which is its own separate little podcast you can access through the Patreon page, and we record that every week. And this week we talked about what did we talk about? You streaming, Minecraft, actually doing things, the joys of editing videos again. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. So if you're interested in that, then check that out.
It's actually a good bonus show.
Yeah, and you also get access to our Patreon-only Discord channels and a Discord role as well. It's wonderful. You should definitely do it right now.
Would recommend.
Right now. Pause the podcast or let it play in the background, depending on what app you've got. Oh, speaking of apps, Slack, this should be in the news section, but it's not.
What?
Google Podcasts. Google Podcasts, which are used by a lot of our listeners, have decided, as Google does with projects from time to time, no, we don't want that anymore, sacking it off, get rid of it, and they're moving all of the stuff over to YouTube Music. Now, YouTube Music is part of the YouTube premium subscription, but you can also access it free as well. But I don't know how that will affect podcasts or not. They reckon it's just going to transfer over, but that's a big thing to get people to change over. And if it's anything like Apple Music, because I don't know, I don't use YouTube Music, it's probably going to be permanently asking you to pay for the subscription in order to access all of the content, like bugging you. So it makes sense that they're putting these two things together rather than having two separate systems, but it's a bit of a pain for people, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I use YouTube Music all the time because I like to listen to music on my phone, and I don't want to have the YouTube app open all the time. So
no, fair enough. But if you're looking for a new podcast app and you would like a recommendation, I use one called Pocket Casts, which is nice and easy. You just put all your podcasts that you want to listen to on there. It remembers where you're up to in each of your shows and what you've watched. You can download them to listen to them later or when you've not got access to the internet, and it's just really nice and easy. So the only problem with that one, you used to be able to use it on desktop as well on your PC, but then they put that behind a paywall. So I can't listen to podcasts now while I'm at the PC unless I've got my phone on the table playing through the speaker, which I don't like doing because it's not much fun. So, yeah, that sucks a bit. Maybe Spotify.
Just
maybe try Spotify.
Till they decide they want to change it.
Yeah, okay. Speaking of people wanting to change things, Slack, I bet we got a whole bunch of feedback this week, haven't we? Why don't you start us off?
Okay, so first off, we got Meerkat, who says, "Hey, Foxy and Slack. Got to say a big yes to Foxy's idea, number one, from the Ancient City portal linking out to the new end biomes would be great fun. It's not going to happen."
I don't know. What I know we've all got it set in our hearts that if they ever do anything with that, it's going to be a new dimension, which kind of does make sense with all the dimensional stuff they were doing with Java Edition back then when they, but I just think that would make sense if we're having an end update and it would save them a lot of work and effort. And Shulk is kind of related, sort of, a bit, kind of.
I'm telling you, after that second video that dropped this week, and with all the stuff they said in there, they're going to play it safe.
Wait for the news.
I know, but they're going to play it safe.
Wait for the. I want to hear more about why you think that, but because I didn't get that impression. But okay, yeah. Anyway, the next piece of feedback is from Jack All Trades, and I get that's a joke on the play on the word Jack of All Trades. It's a good name. Sorry about posting on the website and Discord. I'm new to the Discord app and forgot I posted it there. I didn't mean to make you seem foolish. Don't worry about it. I am a fool, and it's my fault. You can post wherever you want. I should have just noticed, but thank you for that. They continue. The only hot dogs in a can I've seen here in the Midwest are Vienna sausages and some specialty vegetarian option that no one ever buys according to the dust on the cans. Lovely.
Vienna sausages are not hot dogs. That's not even meat. That's potted pink goo.
Oh, Slack. I had a hot dog this week. It didn't say American hot dog on it, but I went to the cinema. I went to see the new Poirot film, the Haunting of Vienna or whatever it's called, Haunting of Venice. And we had a hot dog, shared a hot dog while I was watching it and some nachos. It was lovely. Really liked it. But they're never big enough, are they? Because they're so hollow inside pretty much. It's like they're big and fat, but then they've got no weight to them. You just feel like you want more.
Wasn't a hot dog.
No. It's what we call a hot dog. It was like typical UK hot dog, but probably not American.
Probably sausage. It's sausage.
Yeah. Okay.
Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Says, just wanted to say I appreciate what you two do for the Bedrock community. Love the podcast. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we will. We'll keep it up. Don't you worry about it, bud. We got this. How could it be? What could possibly go wrong? By the way, this is the last podcast we're doing. It's a joke.
It's not.
Jeez. Second to last.
I know where you live.
You've never been to visit, though, have you?
I've been to the UK before. I'm making another
I
trip.
don't live at the UK. I live in the UK. I've been to America before, but doesn't mean I've been to see you, does it? Disby says, I know a great way to find gear easily after dying and ensuring it never despawns. And as a bonus, it's an existing feature in the game and easily accessible. Just simply turn on Keep Inventory in the menu. Now, no looking for your stuff and worrying it will despawn. I don't understand why Mojang would need all that extra work for an existing feature. I think sometimes people feel shame turning Keep Inventory on. I'm about to turn the rule on in my realm after hearing your discussion today. Be proud of your choices. No shame in switching that on. Hey, if you want to play with that on, absolutely go for it. But I think the feeling around Minecraft is a bit cheaty. Great for kids, I would say. Great for people that struggle. But it does take that aspect of gameplay away. I think as much as I don't want items to despawn when you've died, the fact that you've got to go back and find them and you've got nothing and you're naked, and it's part of the challenge. It's part of the adventure. It's those little bits that sometimes crop up and you're like, oh, this is fun. So I don't think that's a good option. Sorry, Disby. But go for it. Turn it on if you want to play like that.
Go for it. Hey, there's no right or wrong way, just according to whatever way you want to play the game.
Exactly.
Jen fires up next and says, love the podcast. Miss listening live when life calls, but glad I can catch up later when I'm doing the dishes.
Thanks, Jen. Alternate42 says, previously, I wrote in asking if you felt like Mojang had given up developing the game for the player. Upon hearing your discussion about it, I didn't realise that how much time and work goes into what's considered one of the most popular games. Thanks for giving me a new perspective on these things, and as always, keep up the good work on the podcast. Well, there you go. Changing people's minds, Slack, we are. Enlightening them to all things Minecraft. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we got Muffin up next and says, love the podcast and look forward to it every week. Always in hope I'll be able to catch it live. Okay.
Well, thank you, Muffin. Hopefully you will be able to. I don't know. No, you're not here today.
No.
That sucks.
Yeah, no live for you.
We'll keep hoping, Muffin.
Yep.
Right, that is it for the feedback. If you would like to leave us feedback, you can do by emailing us at news@theblockupdate.com, but don't bother doing that because no one ever does. Why don't you just go to theblockupdate.com and fill out the feedback form that's on our website, or do what the cool people do, join the Discord. All of the links for each of those are in the description and the show notes below.
Yep.
It's time for the news. We're a bit weak on news this week. Let me pull up the docs. Is it going to do the right screen today? It is. Good. First one is Minecraft Java Edition 1.20.2 has finally actually released, which has a whole bunch of new things on it. Player skin and name reporting and all that sort of good stuff. But we've been over it all in the last few podcasts, really. So, if you want to find out about that, go back a few weeks in the podcast and listen to those, because there's a lot to go through, and there's nothing really major in it. Unless you're really into making data packs, I think there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with that. But in terms of the actual gameplay, there's very little in there. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. There's a whole bunch of bug fixes, though. So go nuts. Check out the changelog if you're interested. Again, links for those are in the loot tables, because I'm reading that on screen. In the description below. Okay. Next piece of news is Minecraft Bedrock has already had a hotfix, 1.20.31, and it's a new update that's been released to address some issues that were introduced in the 1.20.30 update. Doesn't tell us which. Oh, there's a few things down here, actually, that I didn't read earlier. So it does tell us which. It fixed the crash that can occur when playing in Scrit Screen multiplayer Slack. Have you ever played in Scrit Screen? It's like
I don't think I have.
Split Screen, but it's the other way around.
Spit Spleen?
Spit Spleen, yeah. It's fixed a crash that could occur when opening the Realms Plus page.
Oh, that's the hot fix, yep.
Yeah, that could occur on PlayStation when opening the control center or on a controller notification on the screen. Improved server performance when villagers are grouped together. Fixed an issue that caused Marketplace to become inaccessible after leaving the game for extended periods of time. And fixed issues with the server UI dependencies failing to load with newer versions of the server module. So yeah, basically it had a bunch of files missing on the server version of it, apparently. So that's been fixed. Good. Thank you very much.
Hopefully that fixes the villager issues we've been experiencing, because it's been horrible.
What, the pathfinding lag that was brought up in last week's thingy?
It's been downright horrible. We updated our server last night. It feels a lot better today. So hopefully it gets better.
Fingers crossed. I haven't come across that myself, but I keep an eye on it. Okay, the last... no, it's not the last piece of news, but the last changelog we're going to look at is Minecraft Beta and Preview 1.20.40.23, which came out today. There's not a massive amount in this, but here's a quick rundown. The updated splash sounds now play on Android as well, and I don't know whether that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, because I understand that there's a whole bunch of problems with those, but we'll get to that in the Bugdate. Third-person camera no longer phases through a lower part of the cauldron, so that's good. Falling in powdered snow no longer causes any damage, no matter the height fallen from. So that was always the case before, but they broke it. So, you get your powdered snow with a bit of carpet on, started killing people, so that was nice.
Yep.
Fixed it, guys, don't worry. in the next update.
Mm-hmm.
Lightweight mobs and entities wearing leather boots once again sink into the top layer of powdered snow when falling from a height of more than 2.5 blocks. So that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
The goat horn sound is now considered a jukebox/note block sound again. So I guess that means it's going to be under those sliders in the audio toggles, which would be nice now that you can hear it from miles away. Turn that right down. And they've fixed an issue where the game would lock up if a mob would move on a block with 0 friction. So,
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Graphically, this is a good one. Random lights no longer appear in the world without a source. So all of those you remember looking at the ocean and why is all that lit up?
Yeah.
So that's fixed, which is nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of lighting, geez, okay, playing Java Edition compared to Bedrock, it's pitch black. Even with the brightness right up, like you do, like in the Nether, you can't see anything. And even in like tunnels and stuff, it's so dark. It's way darker than Bedrock. I know I play with my brightness pack on Bedrock, but all that does is increase the brightness color of the blocks. It doesn't change lighting or anything like that. You can't see anything. It's crazy. I've never needed torches in the Nether before.
Now you do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, you've got a line above your head all of a sudden.
Why have you zoomed me way in all of a sudden, too?
I didn't. I haven't touched you.
You did something.
Are you sure it's not you?
I haven't done nothing.
I didn't do it. I have no control over that window. Oh, jeez.
Now you're really messing it all up.
What's happened there?
I don't know. I didn't do it.
That's so weird. The chat thing at the side. Oh, there we go. The chat's... No, that's not right.
No.
There we go.
There you go. See? Where's you?
What?
Mm-hmm.
That was weird. Huh.
Yep.
I didn't click anywhere near that.
It didn't care. It thinks you did.
Right. Okay. Jeez. Splash particles are now emitted from an actor's waist instead of above their head, which I guess will be quite useful. Items. Warped fungus on a stick is no longer held backwards in first-person view, which I guess is good.
Yeah.
Right. They fixed a bug where the sniffer ended digging as soon as the item was created, but not at the end of the specified dig duration. So it's going to continue digging until it's finished that little animation. And then there's a bunch of stuff with the editor. I'm hoping this one here, entity components, unlocked behavior random search and dig for creators to use. So one of my biggest bugbears with 1.20 was the fact that my mob heads pack, I always add in the new entities when they get added to the game, the new mobs. I added the camel and the sniffer, and I've never, ever, ever in the history of doing add-ons for Bedrock Edition had an issue basically editing a vanilla mob. So you can go into the vanilla mob behaviors and change things like the loot tables or the behaviors or whatever. And for some entities, you need to do that for the mob heads pack to work. You need to give them, in order for them to drop a head, you need to give them a loot table that directs to the loot.
Yeah.
For the camel and the sniffer, it just totally broke. It totally broke. But I think they recently changed something with the camel, which I think should hopefully be fixed, although I'm still getting reports that it's broken. But the sniffer was still just throwing up loads and loads of errors, because for some reason, if you want to change the camel and the sniffer, and this never occurred with any other vanilla mobs, they even though they're not experimental entities anymore, all of their behaviors were still marked down as experimental, so you couldn't edit them. So fingers crossed that's been fixed, but I'm not holding my breath. And that is pretty much it. Pretty much it. So those are our change logs. We've got one more piece of news, haven't we, Slack?
Yep. There was a nice video that dropped this week. Mm-hmm.
There was, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was. There was Minecraft Monthly with Hat Guy, my favorite guy.
Yep,
I love Hat Guy so much.
Yeah, he was obsessed with like one word.
One word repeated constantly through this. Yeah. What was the word, Slack?
Duck.
Duck. Talked a lot about the mob vote as well, didn't he?
Yep. Talked about the mob vote nonstop and ducks.
Yeah. Now, he did refer to a chicken as also sometimes being called by certain people as a duck, but then they just kept going on with this duck joke. Now, Knowing them, it is probably just a joke and absolutely nothing to read into, but it don't have to make you feel like they're adding a duck into the mob vote.
And it feels like if they are adding the duck in, they're already trying to manipulate the vote towards that.
Exactly what you were saying last week during the well, I can't remember what part of the podcast it was on, but you were saying they always try and push one mob more than another. And this is a prime example of that, assuming that a duck is added in the mob vote. And it does make sense that we get a duck. Don't you agree?
We don't. What's the duck going to do that the chicken doesn't do? Why do we need another passive mob?
Because then you've got two things that can lay eggs. I think it'd be lovely seeing little ducks swimming about on the water in your pond.
Okay, what biome are these going to go in?
Oh man, they'd have to be plains, wouldn't they? Because I mean, they don't make sense to be in anything else. Where else would you find ducks?
The mutated birch biome that they banned last year that they're going to bring back.
Yeah, it could be that. Yeah, they all. Yeah, so I don't know. I'd be happy with a duck. What I don't think.
But that's going into exactly what I said though. Playing safe.
Yeah, well, this is a mob vote, isn't it? It's the mob vote. They're all, I don't know. We might get a duck, we might not. But you also said that you think that, well, maybe you've just answered it, but you said that this Minecraft monthly live stream thing that wasn't a live stream was supposed to, you said you thought it meant that they were going to be playing it safe. Is that just because they announced, or didn't announce, but went on about this duck?
Seems like
something else in there.
No, that's what makes it feel on the safe side. That feels really... It's safe. There could be a new Enderman. There could be another dimension. They could have made any kind of other hint. Yet their hint is duck. And they just stayed duck nonstop.
Maybe the deep dark portal dimension is got a really low roof. Maybe there's bedrock at 0 and bedrock at 3. So you've got a duck.
I think you're stretching. I think you're stretching more than I'm stretching.
Maybe it's another phantom. You have to duck from the phantoms, don't you?
I mean, all right. So let's look at that video in the background. There's a purple creeper face. Maybe there's an end creeper getting added in. But look at that. They're just... That doesn't look like a duck. That looks more like a goose there in that picture. But
yeah, they are ducks. They're I can't remember the name of those.
Mallards, I think, aren't they?
You think of a duck like I probably do, as like green with green head and brown body. Yeah. So we'll see. We will see. But yeah, they couldn't stop talking about ducks. That's all we got for that, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I guarantee you that's going to be a mob in the mob vote. Well, I say guarantee. Ducks could be coming, and they could use the mob vote as something different. That could be a hint that ducks are coming to the game. But if you consider duck, I feel like if they're going to push duck already, they're going to push a biome with it.
Ender ducks.
I would be happy to be so wrong.
I would be
happy so wrong.
I think you're right. I think having a duck as part of the mob vote is, I mean, at least when they added in the Moo Bloom, it was a cow, but different. What's a duck? What's it? Just a duck? It's got to be something special. A glow duck or a super duck or
like we got the glow squid. It's so useful. Yeah.
People have been asking for birds in Minecraft forever. Ducks can actually fly, so maybe we'll get an actual animal that can fly and swim and land on water.
Phantoms can fly.
Yeah, but they're not birds, are they? They're not passive, nice creatures.
Why don't they just step away from reality? Because they never want to give us things in reality because other things in reality contradict with them,
Cyber duck.
Futuristic
duck.
Like we can't have fireflies because frogs will eat them. Yet we got foxes attacking baby turtles and we got dogs attacking foxes. Why don't we actually go away from reality with this more and add in something new? You just did. You added in the sniffer. That was nothing to do with reality. And now you're really going to go back to ducks?
Would you get a different type of egg from a duck, or would it drop the same egg as a chicken?
Oh, it'd have to drop a separate one just so it could be more confusing.
A duck egg. So we'd have duck eggs, sniffer eggs, spawn eggs, chicken eggs, dragon eggs. There's a lot of eggs in Minecraft.
Can we make a big omelet?
A big omelet. Maybe it's a cooking update. Oh no, I don't want a food update.
No,
Don't give me a food update.
No, don't you even say that. That would be horrible. That would be horrible. Oh, and now everything just says, "Hey, there, we're going to give you the food update."
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
don't. Please
food
don't.
and like tons of passive albums update. The zoo update. We don't have enough passive mobs in this game, so where you are, we're adding everything: elephants, ducks, zebras, all the endangered species, and ducks.
You know, they've been quiet for a while now. They have been. They've been quiet on any information. They kept it all top guarded. I almost want to throw another curveball guess in.
Well, go on.
Offhanding.
What's that got to do with ducks?
Nothing. But if you're coming with the update and ducks are your primary thing, you better have something else good coming with it.
I think this is genuinely like just a bit of fun. I think ducks will probably get mentioned during the live show. There may be even a duck in the mob vote, or they might show some footage of some ducks like in production. But I think this is you're expecting another bees update, but here we go. We've got something big, or at least I hope so. I really hope so.
No, I think you nailed it with like the bees update. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I think you're going to have to eat those words. I would love to eat mine and be wrong, but no.
Okay. Well, hopefully they'll come with duck nests, duck eggs. What else do you get from ducks? Not a lot, really. Sweet and sour chicken. Oh no, that's chicken, not ducks.
That's chicken. Yeah. Roasted duck.
Sweet and sour chicken. No, I was thinking of the duck pancakes. Duck pancakes from the Chinese. Ooh, I could eat some duck pancakes. Right. Anyway, that is it for the news. If you've got any news that you think would be interesting for the show, then let us know on the Discord. But otherwise, we're moving into the bug date. And likewise, if you've got any bugs that you think would be interesting for the show, then let us know in the Discord or on the
hold on.
feedback form. Go on.
I seen a post earlier on Twitter. I meant to put that in there.
A Twitter?
Yeah. X, whatever you want to call it. King B Dogs.
Oh, he's back again, is he? Was that the one that I spent? I sent about 14 replies to this. Yeah, I wanted to bring this up as well. I forgot.
Yeah, go ahead and bring it up then. Yeah.
Geez, I need the link now. Hang on, no, I should be able to find it pretty quickly because I've responded to it 4,000 times. Okay. Excuse me. King B Dogs. Let me get my post that was actually liked a lot rather than that other one, because that was rubbish. There we go. Oh, that only got half of what he said. Jeez, where's the rest of it? Wait a minute, guys. I'm just going to cough while I do this to... Yeah, there we go. Okay, but King B Dogs. This one wasn't liked very much, but it's fine. King B Dogs. Talking about mending.
Oh my goodness! Do you really use bright mode?
I don't know how to do it dark on computer. I don't know how to turn it on dark mode on the computer. Otherwise, I would. I have it dark mode on my phone, but I don't know how. I've been through all the settings. I can't find it. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yes, it burns my eyes as well.
Okay.
You don't complain when we're reading the change logs or the bug reports that it's bright mode.
Right, because I'm used to that being bright mode, not that being bright mode, because mine's not bright mode, but it's okay. It's fine.
Anyway, King B Dogs says, if one thing's clear to me from feedback on the Villager toggle, mending is seen as a necessity for a lot of players in the community. I find it pretty interesting considering the game for many years never had mending, and players had to craft new tools whenever one broke. Minecraft is a different game now than it was 10 years ago, so it's hard to just go, oh, but we didn't have it before. Builds take more time, builds take more resources, there are more things to mine, etc. I do think it's a fair point to point out, though, that Minecraft was just as fun back then as it is now. Regardless, mending is not inaccessible anymore. It's just something that you get later into the game's progression, and its primary source doesn't have to be villager trading anymore, i.e. increased chances in ancient city chests. So what basically King B Dogs is another one of these developers that's like, oh, mending bad, but it's tough because we're kind of stuck with it now, so let's just make it harder to get hold of.
Yeah.
Mending's not bad. I wrote a lot of tweets and a lot of replies to this one, and I'll read those before we go into it, because I want to hear your take on this as well. The first one I did was this one, which is mending wouldn't have been so instantly popular if the old system worked as well as you think it did. You seem to have nostalgia-tinted glasses on and are forgetting the dull ache of utter boredom grinding levels to roll in chance when your tools became too expensive to repair. So that was the first one.
Yep,
Hang on
that's
a
a
moment.
very fair point.
The second one, I'm going to find my notifications now. Hang on.
You're good.
This one wasn't liked as many times as that one, but I said, mending would only be an issue if resources were limited. It enables players to gather much more, freeing their time for creativity, sculpting landscapes, and building incredible things. So my point there was that if you don't have mending, right, then the fact that you've got this unlimited resources in the world, you can't get many of them, right? You can't, if you don't have mending, you're spending a lot of time worrying about durability, worrying about repairing your tools with diamonds, if it's a diamond pickaxe. Heaven forbid you had netherite, right?
Yeah.
You'd never use it.
No.
You'd never use it because, especially with diamonds being hard to get through Deep Slate now, how long would it take you to just find enough to keep repairing that pickaxe? You know, you go insta mining for a bit with a haste beacon, not in Deep Slate, obviously, because you can't. That pickaxe durability goes so quickly.
Yep.
And you need to do that for these massive builds people do. Skyscrapers, cities, towns, huge things. You go back to 10 years ago before mending existed and people weren't digging up, you know, chest upon chest upon chest of resources just like concrete generators. How many concrete do you need to do a massive building? People didn't do that back then because you couldn't. You just couldn't physically do it. You would spend too much time mining. It was imbalanced.
You know, you want a prime perfect example of that. Let's take Exumavoid. Go back to Hammercraft Season 1, Season 2. Look at his bases compared to what they are now. Because of the enchantments and mending and stuff like that. You know, it's the scale of the game has changed, so you need mending.
Exactly.
I don't like that they it feels like they're really trying to direct how a sandbox game goes.
It feels, well, I'll get into this in a minute, but my next tweet was, if the argument is Minecraft was just as fun before X edition, does that mean that all additions and updates were pointless and haven't had anything worthwhile? I remember having fun back in 1.0, but it is more fun now, though, because he put in there, you know, I do think it's fair to point out that Minecraft was just as fun back then as it is now. If that's the case, if it was just as fun then as it is now, then everything that they've done, all of the updates they've done, every mob, every change, every entity that they've added into the game was 100% pointless. That's not the case. The case is, 10 years ago, when he was playing it, it was new to him. It was exciting because it was new. If that hadn't changed, it wouldn't be exciting and new now. If he just came to it now and it had no mending, yeah, it would still be exciting and fun because it would be new to him. Mending hasn't made it bad. You can't say 10 years ago it was just as fun, so therefore everything's rubbish, everything was a waste of time, and then just single it out and go, no, actually it's Mending's fault. No, you've just got bored. You've been playing it for too long. You developed the game. You're part of the community. Well, you've been making mods. You're just bored of it. You're not sick of Mending. You're just bored of the game and you're pinning it on this one thing.
Here's the thing. If you don't like Mending, guess what? You don't have to use it.
Yeah. I tell you what, I would pay to see one of the developers do like a 1,000 days pure vanilla Let's Play with no Mending. And just see how much time it would be 999 days worth of mining Deep Slate for diamonds to repair that pickaxe. And 1 day of actually building something.
Mm-hmm.
They'd probably have a lot of Deep Slate, but it would be boring. The whole like balance thing. So you're looking at game balance. How much time do you spend gathering resources compared to how much time you spend using those resources? They should be balanced, right? It's easy to build quickly and use a lot of resources. It's difficult to mine a lot of resources unless you've got beacons and haste.
Yep.
It's even more difficult if you are having to go back and not only spend a lot of that time rather than gathering resources you need to build with, going to look for diamonds to repair the stuff, or having to re-roll enchantments on an enchantment table or re-roll villagers to get the villagers books to get it and grinding XP. All of a sudden, that mining, that resource gathering for that build becomes heavily weighted on rolling enchantments and grindy stuff, grinding XP in order to get back to where you were, to then get the resources to do your building. It's not balanced. Mending makes it balanced.
Yep.
In fact, if they took durability out altogether, it would be more balanced because you'd still have to go and mine it, but then you'd have the equal amount of time to build with it.
Yep.
They don't need durability. Most games don't have it. Now, I'm not saying I want them to remove durability, but as of just looking at those things in tandem with each other, they're the only things that matter in this equation. Yes, there's more to Minecraft, but if you're building something, you need the resources. Those are the two things that you're looking at. Durability just makes one harder than the other.
Yeah, especially with the lack of XP farms versus Bedrock versus Java.
Yeah. Not just that, but like even in Java Edition, it's a big old quest to go and build a machine to give you enough XP quickly enough to like just keep rolling tools on enchantment tables to try and get one that was as good as the last one you had.
Yeah. Wow, this really feels like it's really one-sided now that I think of this, all right, so you want to compare XP farms, okay? We can't do that gold farm that can produce us 1,000 levels and nothing flat, that relies on, you want to call something a bug? Mobs dying to entity cramming and giving you XP, yet that's the type of farm you use to repair your tools. You know what I mean?
I don't think they give you XP unless you do some damage. Like the piglins do, yes, because they're angry at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still, you're punishing another platform because of how easy it is on one platform.
Yeah, absolutely. You couldn't be more right. That the fact that this argument that they've got is totally ignoring the fact that Bedrock Edition exists. But most of the arguments that they've had lately have totally ignored the fact that Bedrock Edition exists on the basis of, oh, yes, but we're working towards parity so that, well, no, we're not there yet.
No, you're not.
Stop making decisions about the game that is totally one-sided until that parity exists. Oh, it won't be long. Yes, it will. Be ages before all of those things are in.
Yeah. I watched a video earlier, the Ant Venoms one, about the EULA change and everything like that.
EULA,
yeah. And literally he said at that point, it's like in that video, he literally called Bedrock the trash platform.
It is compared to Java in a lot of extents.
Because he was talking about how they're trying to stop people from selling mods on Java and trying to push people over to Bedrock where the marketplace is. And he's like, anybody that does that selling out their standards to go over to a trash platform, more or less,
But only a trash platform because of the community feel towards it. And largely because even the developers of the game treat it like total rubbish.
Yeah, and it's nonsense. Yeah, what pays their checks most of the time? Let's be honest.
yeah, exactly.
What pays for you to have that job so that you can design Java, your superior platform? But what's paying that? Oh, you mean this company Microsoft that bought you out because they want to push Bedrock Edition, which pushes Realms, which pushes Marketplace, which is the only update you can count on every week to come out is the Marketplace update. Yeah. You got so many Java elitists up there, and I'm sorry, I don't care if they like me or not, to be honest with you. You got so many Java elitists up there who literally think Bedrock's trash, yet Bedrock's paying your bills, paying your check. Oh, but so doesn't matter. Okay, you want to say 10 years ago something else paid your bills? That's fine. It doesn't now. Yet you want to just keep ignoring that this platform exists? It's a joke.
I wonder if there is some resentment from a lot of the developers on the Java side, the Sweden-based developers. If there's resentment towards Bedrock because it's pushed by Microsoft, and even to them, it's not the golden version of the game, not the game of the version that they went to the job for to work on. And particularly someone like King B-Dogs, who was heavily into modding before that. He wasn't modding for Bedrock Edition, he was modding for Java. That's clearly the game he enjoys.
Yep.
I don't know. We're totally speculating here that that's the case. Anyway, my final tweet on this wasn't a reply. It was just a tweet I put out because I was still quite angry at the whole situation. Yep. And I thought this sums it up more than anything else I can say. If you've got no mending, someone says to you, let's go build a skyscraper. And you say, no, thanks. I need to save my pick durability to mine more diamonds to fix it with. If you've got mending, and someone says, let's build a skyscraper, you say, no thanks, let's build all the skyscrapers, because you can.
Yep.
There's nothing holding you back from using your pickaxe to gather those resources. And I remember it all too well. I've been playing Minecraft since it came out on both versions. And I remember when Mending didn't exist. And I remember thinking, and like even early game now, just look back to early game before you've got Mending. I can't do that. I can't use that pickaxe. And I can't afford to get another one. And I don't want to sit at an enchantment table. I've got no way of getting any good levels.
I remember mining forever just to get diamonds to keep my picks repaired,
Yeah.
so that I could use that cobblestone to build a giant pyramid.
Yeah, because you couldn't get any other resources because you didn't want to waste your pickaxe.
Yep. So I was mining down in the bottom of the world, looking for diamonds, and I was building out a cobblestone. Yep. Yeah. Is that the glory days that we want to go back to?
No, the glory days don't exist. Minecraft is just as good now as it was then, if not better. The reason we're still playing it is because it keeps getting updated. If they hadn't updated it, if they hadn't added in things like Mending, if they hadn't added in quality of life features,
Like
we would have got bored a long time ago.
Yeah. I mean, what's next? The game's too easy because everybody flies. So next we're gonna take elytras away.
Well, if we're doing an end update, there's only one elytra in the end now, and you get it from the dragon, and only the first dragon kills it, gets you it. You got to share it. And it has one durability. You can fly 6 blocks. And it can only be mended with full stack of phantom membranes.
That's about how it feels like. You know, they added in the phantom membrane as a second thought. It feels like as a way, hell yeah, you can repair your elytra with this. If you're going to the end, you've already got Mending.
Yeah.
Most people, I would say, already have an unbreaking book with Mending and an anvil when they go to the end because they're planning on getting one. They already have rockets too.
The thing is, though, right? There's no incentive there because phantom membranes are not easy to get. They're not easy to farm. No. You might in a whole playthrough, like a whole season of Truly Bedrock, might have maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, unless you're actively hunting them. Yep. No.
Yeah, and actively hunting them's difficult because people sleep.
Yep.
And nighttime, when you're waiting for phantoms, doesn't actually last all that long.
Let's do away with elytras. Let's do away with Mending. Let's do away with one player sleep.
Let's go back 10 years. Why? It's not 10 years ago. Games have changed.
Let's take away
the way people play games has changed. Can you imagine?
Let's do away with boats.
Yeah. Redstone. No, we only got 3 pieces of redstone now. No tinted glass. No coloured glass.
No observers.
No concrete. Only one colour of wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. No villager. No villager trades. No professions, no different bio villagers, no workstations, just the crafting table, no armor trims, no
recipe
upgrades.
book, no recipe book. Oh.
Yeah.
No, you got. We're going back to the old days. You better figure out how to craft that pickaxe without the table telling you how to do it. Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. It's not just as good back then. It was just as good because we enjoyed it because it was new and it was different and we didn't have any expectations. It's 10 years later. We have expectations now. We have a different way of playing. We need things. Quality of life issues is one that's like still one of Minecraft's biggest hang-ups. Like the other games, if other games came out without the quality of life stuff that Minecraft is missing, people would revolt. I want my money back. I'm not paying for that. You know, just like chest sorting systems, inventory management, the total lack of ability to do anything in terms of managing your game, your resources, your anything. It's
like we could go back right now to a previous version. You know, we could go back to what it was when we started season 1 of TB. But I like having mob despawning, even though it's kind of broke. I like it. I'm not saying I didn't have fun then. But I have more fun now because I have this extra feature.
Yeah, but we'd never have any more of those Johnny moments, would we? People look at people like King B Dogs, developers of the games, and give their opinion more like weight, more gravitas, because they're a developer. It's just the same as me and you. He's got the same opinions as me, as you, and the people listening at home, as you guys as well. His opinion is no more valid than anyone else's, and he is dead wrong about Mending, in my opinion.
Same with mine.
Just because he's a developer now and he knows a bit more about the insider stuff. No, his experience is the same as ours, based on playing the game, fiddling with the game, making mods for the game, and now he's a developer. Didn't change his previous opinions. So, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Move on. It's Bugdate Slack. Bugdate time. Have you got any bugs?
Hey, maybe I shouldn't say nothing about Bugdate.
Why is that?
Because it's been 3 years now. We've had RTX either get it fixed or get rid of it.
We don't need it now.
No, maybe maybe we should just go back to the old version. Yeah,
we've got the deferred rendering pipeline Slack. There is absolutely no need for RTX anymore because the deferred rendering pipeline is so good and available on all those devices. It does make you wonder, doesn't it? It must have been, and again, total speculation, but I cannot fathom why RTX existed unless it was a cash cow for them, unless it brought in some significant money.
Oh, I had to.
Because they've literally never updated it. Never. It's been broken and broken and broken and broken some more. It's never been fixed. They've put no time and effort into it at all. And yes, okay, they've been working on something else, but just because they're working on something else doesn't mean they should forget what exists. Why have it if it's broken? Get rid. Who's going to miss it? No one cares.
No. Just give me back the old shaders. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. Oh, yes, please. They were loads better. Jeez. Okay, so that's your bug. Have you got anything else?
No.
Okay, in that case, we'll go to our first bug report, which is from Slack.
The Blue Frog. It says, if I type an apostrophe or a quotation mark on the sign or in a book, the text before the punctuation disappears. One character at a time for each character I type after the punctuation.
That's interesting. There is a little movie here for us to... Oh, I've got to download it. I'm not downloading it. Forget that. Okay.
No.
We should not watch movie. We shall just take him by his word and say that sucks. Sorry. No. Okay, the next bug is Berenzo. No, Berenzo's not the bug. It's from Berenzo, who says, water sounds are broken for mobs entering and exiting water. Since 1.20.30, water sounds are now broken for non-player mobs entering and exiting water. It's also really bad when a slime is broken down to baby slime and they're trying to attack you in water that's 1 block deep. All you can hear is the sound of water. It's awful and loud. So, there's a bunch of videos on here that I'm not going to click on as well.
It's bad. It's bad. Trident killers. What was it? 2 or 3 updates ago, they updated the water and stuff like that, and then Trident killers sounded like they were breaking blocks constantly.
Yeah.
Now it sounds like water flushing in a toilet nonstop. And God forbid that a zombie or something be on the edge of water that has a button at the end of it. And you know how they resist falling off?
Yeah.
All you hear is nonstop. It's bad.
That sounds lovely. That sounds lovely.
No, it's horrible.
Music to my ears. Fix it, please. Wasn't that one of the things that was fixed in the bug report this week? For 1.20.40? No? Oh, geez. Okay.
No.
Oh, man. Well, at least we've got a couple of bug report links this week for our bug reports, which is fantastic. So we can get those posted on the website and people can upvote them. They will also be in the show notes and description as well. If you can't be bothered to go to the website, totally understandable. If you've got a bug, if you think you've found one or you are finding one particularly annoying and you know the bug report, ideally, please let us know by either emailing us, filling out the feedback form, or joining the Discord. If you haven't got a bug report, consider making one. It's the right thing to do. But if not, just tell us anyway, and at least we can... If it's fun, if it's not a fun one, don't bother if you haven't got a bug report. But if it's fun, then just tell us anyway, and we'll have some fun with it. Fair?
Fair.
Okay, this week's tip of the week is from Zenman16, who says, use soul oil instead of soul sand for your super speed highways. Then you can walk/run at normal speed if your soul speed boots break or if you need to pop them off to stop them breaking. That is a very good tip, yes. Soul soil Doesn't slow you down like soul sand does, but is just as good for your soul speed enchantments. Very nice.
That's pretty good advice, to be fair.
What's your tip of the week, Slack?
If you want fancy shaders, don't depend on RTX. Just go play Java.
Yeah, just play Java. Jeez. Okay, it is time for our week in Minecraft. Starting with Slack, what you been up to in Minecraft this week, bud?
I forget. We done talked about some of this. But yeah, that was the bonus show.
Yeah, if you want to hear all about our week, then bonus show. But this is just Minecraft.
This is just a brief summary of our week. Well, Saturday, we had the Chaos stream with Foxy, Jen, Fearless, and myself, which was a lot of fun. It was very chaotic. If you missed it, you should definitely pay attention to Discords when we have them again, because it's a lot of fun.
Yes.
And then that was Saturday for me. Sunday for me, I was on TV for the first time in like 3 months, it felt like. And I joined because I figured, I might as well at least come on and take part in community builds or whatever,
Yeah.
And lo and behold, the community builds this week was trees.
Yeah, custom trees.
Yeah. Which I was just like, meh, once I realized what it was. But I got on there and I had fun building some custom trees, though I had to stay up far away from one side of spawn because there was this laggy tree over there that just like broke frame rate.
Well, I'm not very good at custom trees, like. What was your custom tree? What did you build?
Crying obsidian amethyst tree.
Wow. Okay. I bet that looked good.
It's interesting. I definitely want to go back and keep messing with that style of tree. You remember in season 2, inside the Netherrack Mountain, I had that one corner where I'd made a couple of obsidian spikes. They're kind of like ice spikes, but they were obsidian. Yeah, I really want to make a custom biome with like that and some of these obsidian amethyst trees and stuff like that. So I think that it could be a lot of fun. But in order to do stuff like that, I've got to get farms going. And of course, as everyone knows, I haven't been playing on TB like you. I'm pretty much done with TB till whenever a new season is. So I've decided that it's time on Slackville to start doing farms. And I'm talking about my seasonal based Slackville because we had season 2 start here about a month ago.
Yeah.
So I started off pretty slow on there. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And now I have ideas of stuff that I want to do. And it's like, okay, I can't afford to keep mining deep slate and buying all these materials I need. So it's time to start creating farms. And that's what I've been doing. I got a slime farm up and going now. Got a wool farm up and going. Got a basic XP farm. And today alone, I just built an iron farm. But you need mini farms. And that's where it is for me now. It's time to batten down the hatches and build farms.
So what slime farm design have you gone with? Have you gone for the iron golem, the snow golem, the standing on blocks? Johnny's. Okay. Fair enough.
Johnny's.
Wow.
Got 2 Johnnies attacking them, and they just absolutely destroy them.
Nice.
It's hilarious to watch too. Yep.
Awesome. Nice. Okay. Well,
what about you?
For me, similar to you with the Chaos Stream, had an amazing time with that. Mine will be available this weekend on my second channel. If you want to watch the VOD on that, I strongly recommend it because it was hilarious. And my TB stream, I built I thought I'd give it a go. So I'm really glad there was a theme that was build something at spawn because I really didn't have any plans to do anything with my base, having taken so long off. So I originally planned, I didn't have many leaves, and I thought, well, I'll start making a spruce trunk and try and make it quite interesting and then see what I can do about getting some leaves and sticking some leaves on it and make a tree. And I quite liked the structure that I was going with. It was a bit wibbly wobbly. It was quite bulky in places. The branches could have been better, but having not had much experience making custom trees because it's not something I particularly enjoy doing, I thought I was quite happy with how it was going. And then it all went a bit pear-shaped when I discovered that it might be a good idea to ask chat if we should cover the entire tree in Wandering Trader heads. Now, I first started to do that, and it looked awful just with them surrounding the branches. It looked really weird. So then I found that I had a few mangrove roots in my chest, and then GeoGirl came along and gave me a bunch more of those. So I smothered all of the branches in mangrove roots, and that kind of looked really nice, like a really autumnal-looking vibe to it. And then I smothered all of the mangrove roots that were the pre-tree leaves in Wandering Trader heads, and I think I must have used a good 200 or 300 of them, maybe more. Which, don't forget, on Truly Bedrock are entities, not blocks. So
Yeah.
Really, really good for your frames per second.
Yep. It was really, really nice. That's why I built on the other side of Spawn Island.
I imagine I'm going to log in at some point and they're all going to have gone because someone's got sick of them. But you never know. Might be just in a little chest by the side of the tree. Okay. Yeah, I've also been getting really deep into the create mod. Oh man, I just can't stop playing it. I'm just itching constantly to do the next episode so I can get on with the next thing. And I'm thinking like, oh, I want to do this, but in order to do that, I need to do that. Oh, and I want to do this, and if I need to do that, I need to do that. And it just completely changes the way you think about Minecraft. That progression we're so used to from playing vanilla of, okay, I'm going to do this farm, then I'm going to do this farm, then I'm going to do this farm. And you know the order you're going to do them in because you know that's how you play. Whereas this, you're like, yeah, I kind of don't need that. Or I don't need that, but I do need that. So, and there's so much of a different way to get that. Like, I can build an iron farm. It'll be absolutely ginormous, full of contraptions and crazy things, and all running off just one, like, big cobblestone generator. And it doesn't produce masses of iron, but it's really good fun doing it. And then building a big old factory around it and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I keep finding myself going, right, what am I doing tomorrow? No, I've got real work to do tomorrow. I've got to edit the podcast and I've got to do this and I'm going to go shopping. No, I want to play create. So, yeah, absolutely loving it. Absolutely loving editing them as well. In fact, the one that I just edited today, which I believe is my 5th episode, will be going out hopefully tomorrow if I get it uploaded in time. I sat down watching some YouTube earlier, and on my YouTube home screen, this video was recommended to me, which was how to make the perfect YouTube intro. And I thought, it'd be another one of them. The one you've heard it a million times. Do a nice thumbnail and then make a good title. And then, so I watched it anyway. And it was the first how to make a good YouTube video introduction. Step 1, make a good video and good thumbnail and title. Well, that's not the introduction.
No.
That's nothing to do. And okay, here we go. But then there was actually some pretty good tips in there. So I wrote a few things down. I'd already done my introduction by this point, but I went back to it, completely redid it, took loads of new clips for it, re-edited it, made it really sort of hypey and fun. And I nailed all of the points they said to do on that. So hopefully the first 20 seconds of my video is going to have some really good retention. So
and then you're going to open your mouth really in game and they're going to be like, bye. No.
Yeah,
sorry,
exactly. I will see at the 20, I think it's like 20 seconds long, my intro. At that point, there'll be a massive dip in the graph rather than normal reception. So normally when you release a YouTube video, the first 5 seconds are what count. And all YouTubers' graphs, the first 5 seconds, they start at the top with like every single viewer's seen that bit because they've clicked on the video, and it's a big steep drop off, and then it sort of levels out as people watch the rest of your video. I should do it the other way around for the screen. So depending on how interesting your video was throughout, you're trying to get that sort of flat part of the line as flat as possible and to last as long as possible. And the end percentage, the percentage of viewers that have reached the end of that line really wants to be as high as possible. And mine can be anywhere for a bad video around about sort of 30%, all the way up to like 60, 70% for some videos. Obviously, the longer the video is, the harder it is to get people to watch the whole thing. But generally speaking, mine is somewhere around the sort of 50 to 60% mark on a good video. But that first drop off, that's the most important thing. And you want that to be as shallow as possible. The steeper it is, the more people are like clicking on your video and instantly moving away. So I'm hoping that mine's going to be a little bit more shallow. And now, a lot of people will still click away because they'll hear your voice, not like it. They'll see the video, not like it. They'll have just clicked on your video by mistake. They'll have got an ad and decided I'm going to click away. There's a whole bunch of reasons why that's steep. But hopefully it's going to be a little bit less steep than normal. That's my plan.
Hopefully.
We'll see. Jeez. Okay. So, yeah, the other thing about Create that I'm really enjoying is it's not just to do with the Create mod, but my actual mod pack, all the other mods I've got on there as well. So I've actually uploaded my my mod list to my Discord now, so other people can download it and play it. But I got a bunch of other mods on there, and just a vast number of like blocks that exist in vanilla but are similar. So like you've got I can't remember what the chipped mod it is. you've got a bunch of new workbenches, and you can put things on there like tuff or granite or diorite, and there's just a whole new range of different variations of the textures of those blocks, like bricks or like lines, and it just opens up your building. It makes building like variated textures for someone like me that struggles with that sort of stuff really easy, and it's a really good confidence boost, sort of grabbing a bunch of blocks, which is all effectively the same block like I'm used to building with, and throwing them together and looking at it and going, wow, that actually looks really good. And just simple things like that, just having variations of the same block. And I know we've got that with the stone cutter for certain blocks in Minecraft, but there aren't many that kind of go together. Like if you've got black stone in there, you've got the bricks, and then you've got the cracked bricks. The same sort of thing for stone bricks, stone cracked bricks. But you start going too far away from that, and the blocks start looking very dissimilar from each other. Particularly for blackstone, because when you get the polished one and it's got sharp edges, rounded edges, and you get this one, it's got sharp edges. Whereas this has got enough different types that you can find really nice sort of groups of the same block to go together to make some really nice stuff with. So yeah, thoroughly enjoying it. It's amazing.
Nice.
Right. It's enough waffling on about my week and your week, Slack. It's time to find out what everybody wants in Minecraft to be added, starting with
Mike, who says a way to set home spawn. Home spawn would override world spawn in the event your bed is broken. Perhaps clicking on a lodestone with a bed in hand would be a logical mechanic.
I think it's a great idea. When I first read this, I thought, no, just like a sleeping bag would be better. So you can set your spawn at home, but on your bed, and then like sleep elsewhere, but not reset your spawn. But I think, yeah, having a base spawn that you could, like a physical block in your base that was your spawn point. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yep.
Oh, well done, Mike. Straight in there with a good idea. Fantastic. Jack Oldtrade says, add paintings that help new players. Potion recipes, simple redstone, secret village biomes. Experienced players could easily skip them. New players would find them, or could find them, like the one painting that hints at the wither, instead of relying 100% on the wiki. Again, I think that's another great idea. I think paintings should be selectable. I think they need to overhaul paintings so that you're not just totally random.
I agree.
But I think that idea that, yeah, there is some help in game, like some tips and tricks that you might just see it, that might at first glance the painting, okay, it's just a painting, but then you look at it and go, oh, maybe I could do that. Like,
you know how much of a pain it would be, but like if you took like a blank painting canvas and you use redstone, it gave you something about redstones. If you so it crafted that up. So if you made one with a blank painting and a piston, it give you some basic info about a piston. Like painting and soul sand.
I think that would probably be a little bit too in depth. Maybe for some more basic stuff, like a redstone stuff would just give you, I don't know, a picture of some redstone contraption, but maybe not to the depth of like pistons as well, and this, that, and the other as well. But I do,
something though.
Yeah, just things to give you hints, like maybe like a picture of a mountain, but with like a warden underneath it or something like that to tell you that the ancient city's found on the mountains. Yeah, good idea.
Yep.
Wow, straight in there with two good ideas.
All right, the Praetor is up next and says a few other potions with similar effects to the Turtle Master. A few examples would be high regeneration, but it also comes with weakness, or high strength, but it comes with poison. Second one might be a little bit extreme.
No, I think Turtle Master's total waste of time should be removed from the game, and I think I just don't see the point. I know I've had this argument with people before, and they think, oh no, it's a really good addition to the game. Fine, we have different opinions, we play the game differently. I just don't see the point. I can't imagine ever being in a situation where the Turtle Master is going to be a good thing. It's like having a shield that makes you slow down because you're crouching to use it. It's pointless. Just run away. Run away.
Now, I would argue that I've actually seen it be useful, though.
Go on.
I've seen somebody playing in the hardcore world, and they fell into a very bad spot, and they used one of those and were able to kill all the bad guys that were on them before they killed them.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. But you're still stuck to the spot.
Yeah, you're stuck to the spot. But like, let's say you fell into a bastion and suddenly you had 4 brutes in your face. Yet if you use that Turtle Master potion, you're able to kill those 4 before they could kill you.
You're not totally invulnerable with it, though. You're still taking damage.
I know, but there's something flying around that's driving me crazy.
Again, I'm going to just revert back to difference of opinion here. For me, I would never use it. It sounds like something would be useful for me, but I wouldn't use it. I'd be too late with it. I'd fumble. I'd throw it on the floor. I'd throw my sword. I'd pick the wrong item. It's the same reason you never see me with a totem in my hand, because I forget, or you know, it just.
This is where like you don't use totems, but you use fire resist potion. I never would use a fire resist potion. It just
because fire resistant potions, just I know it's in my inventory, whereas I just forget. Totems, even though I make like raid farms, I've never got any totems. I never keep them with me. They don't have. It's just habit. They don't have a slot in my inventory. They don't have a slot in my ender chest. So
that's fair.
And because they're not stackable, and I know fire resistance aren't stackable, but I have a potions box. I have a potions box that's got all the things that I need, like night vision, fire resistance, stuff like that. I don't have a totems box because there isn't enough room in my ender chest to justify them. And that's crazy from me because I die all the time. I should be going around with totems. So maybe I should also be going around with Turtle Master, and I should all be. But how many things can you carry before you just
exactly? It comes down to a preference of how you want to play the game. Yep.
So for me, this is a big no. But for some like Slack who thinks it's a good idea, what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea?
No, we already got a regeneration potion and we already got a strength potion. No, if anything's going to happen with the potions, I want it to be what we've talked about a long time ago, where we can combine potion with food for smaller effects.
Yeah, or just make them stackable, please.
Yep.
T. Doolin says, "Here's my wish list idea. Foxy will have some background on this. A world sliders like Ark Survival Evolved has. You can set sliders for stack sizes, resource per harvest, day-night cycle length, mob density, strength of mobs, to name a few, all of which can be changed at any time by the world owner and allows for much more creativity and difference in play. Would solve a lot of issues Minecraft has." Okay. I am the first person to say we need more options in Bedrock Edition and more game options. But I think the Ark Survival Evolved one's a really bad example because there are way too many. I look at that whenever I load Ark up, and I used to play it a lot. I'd look at that and go, I don't know what to choose. What's the default? What's everyone else playing on? What's the right way to play? And there's no answer because no one's putting it out there. No one's telling you. So you're like, you just leave it as it is and you play and going, oh, this is awful. I'm spending hours and hours and hours punching trees, getting nothing. It's taking me forever to hunt, like do dinosaurs. So you slide it up a bit, slide that one down, and you end up somewhere and you think, okay, this is all right. But there's too many options. There's way too many options. I think for a game like that, it should be like easy, medium, and hard, not a slider for everything. It's just crazy. So I wouldn't want that level of, or maybe I would. Maybe I would like a game mode, a specific game mode that wasn't survival, that gave you that level of depth, or just like a hidden away option that was just like really like advanced world option. So you've got your default, you've got your standard, but if you really want to tweak it down, here's a list of all the things you can tweak, and it's like in a totally separate category, maybe hidden away. Because it was nice when we had like the custom stuff on Java Edition before that was taken away to make custom world gen and stuff like that, and that had all those sliders. But I think
go on. It'd be nice to be able to adjust some things, like increase the amount of spawners, increase the amount of resources generated. Make the day-night cycle longer, but definitely under advanced, not leave the default there and then have an advanced setting.
Yeah, and I think there are more things like we've discussed before that should be in the default game options that just don't exist, like mob render distance and things like that. But for all of those, they want to be squirreled away somewhere or even like I say on a different game mode. So you start a new world and you're like, well, what type of world do you want to play? Do you want to play a survival world, a hardcore world, a creative world, a super flat world, or like this crazy advanced world option thing?
Yep.
So kind of good idea-ish, sort of. I don't know. Good idea, Slack. I think we got there in the end, didn't we?
Yeah, but theirs is not what we wanted. We just want an advanced world generation option.
Yeah. Good idea. Advanced world gen options.
Yep.
Okay.
Yumi Chan is up next and says, after watching Foxy's Create mod and Let's Play, I wish we could have the ability to have every block texture in all the shapes. Here we go with that one again. Stairs, slabs, etc. I never understood the limitation of this in Minecraft.
As just said, playing in Create, having all of those different options is really nice. It is really nice. It is enabling to be able to do that. And one thing I've used a lot as well is framed blocks. Framed blocks allow you to literally take any block in the game and make it any shape you want it. So a frame block is just a frame. And you make these and you put them in the world, and the slabs, stairs, slopes, like half stairs, vertical slabs, corners, and then you just click it with another block and it looks like that block. That is really nice. And I am leaning more towards just more freedom of options and choices in Minecraft. My only reservation is modded has the capacity to be able to store plenty of variations and different things. Like, if I make a variation of a block and I don't like it, I can craft it back to the original. I'm not stuck with it. I can still craft it back to like if I make granite bricks, I can go straight back to granite and then stack it with the rest of the granite. Or I can create crazy storage systems that allow me to store all of those different variations of that block in one box, you know? Vanilla doesn't have that. So you get the problem then in vanilla with inventory management. We don't have backpacks. We don't have access to all the blocks inside our inventory. We don't have crafting tables inside our inventory. There's a whole world of pain when you've got too many options in vanilla Minecraft just because of the inventory management can't keep up with it. So I wouldn't be willing to add in all of the different shapes for all of the different blocks and all of the different variations until we got an actual decent inventory management system in Minecraft.
Yeah, sounds fair.
But yeah, would like both of those really, realistically. Okay, Scrublord XL says, so something I've wanted for a long time is part of an end update. I think it would be extremely beneficial for there to be some way of getting rockets in the end. Overworld has creepers, Nether has gas, but no way to get gunpowder in the end. As far as paper goes, it should be easy enough to add some smaller plant life in one or across several biomes that can be crafted into paper. I've accidentally broken my ender chest too many times in early game and been stranded rocketless on End Island. I'm afraid, Scrublord, that is how you're supposed to be in the end. Having Elytra is a luxury. You can easily and make your way around the end, just mining the end blocks that exist and getting back. However, that said, the end, as in my opinion, should be like the Nether and should be capable of allowing you to survive there without requiring going back to the overworld. So the ability to get wood, to make a crafting table, to craft tools, and some way of making tools. Maybe you can make tools out of endstone or endstone bricks or something like that. I don't know. It does need more to keep you alive, more food sources, things like that. But I don't think you should be crafting rockets there. I don't think it needs that, should I say.
No, I'm in agreement. Yep. No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you can pillar across the end just using endstone all day long until your pickaxe breaks. Then you're in trouble.
It may not be fun, but it's there. But yeah. Xeon's up next and says, you should be able to make paper from wood. This might be a bit too complicated, but maybe dipping wood in the cauldron to make paper pulp, and with that you can make paper. Oh.
There's an interesting way they do this on this mod pack that I'm using. Although it does require two different mobs. No, it's just one mod. You get a chopping board, which I think is pointless. I don't think you need that. But basically, whenever you strip a log on the chopping board, you get a piece of bark as well as the stripped log. And then you can craft that bark into paper. Or I think in that one, it's sandpaper it crafts into. But yeah, basically paper. I wouldn't mind that in the game.
No, if you give us the extra table, yeah, sure.
I don't think you need an extra table. Why not? When you're stripping it, at the end of the day, you're using your axe to take the bark off. Where's the bark going?
Okay, so the bark just falls onto the ground.
Yeah.
And what is the point of the bark? Can I put the bark on a different block? Or?
Yeah, well, I think the bark would be useful for making things like podzol, because podzol looks like tree bark infused dirt, doesn't it? I think it would.
If you give it use, I'll say yes.
Yeah, tree. Good idea. Tree bark with more uses.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Purple Hoser says, hey, Foxy and Slack, someone mentioned last week about acid rain in the Nether, and I thought immediately, since the end is supposed to be the end of the game, and it should also be a challenge, so add some kind of like green or purple acid rain in the end. In addition to this, add mobs in the outer end that are actually a challenge. No. Why? Why would you want rain? Acid? Why do you want? Why? No.
Good talk. No, well, you already know how I feel about the nether one, but no, going to the end with acid's too far. No.
Yeah, it was a stupid idea. I'm sorry, but that's yes, it's supposed to be a challenge. It is. You're surrounded by void. There's endermen that if you look at them, they're going to kill you. It's, your life is one ender pearl throw away, or misjudged ender pearl throw away, or getting hit by too many shulkers, or getting levitated up. The end is difficult unless you've already got elytra and rockets.
Yeah.
But even then,
definitely.
getting more and getting the loot is difficult. I still die constantly. I don't want no acid rain. I don't want to wait for weather to clear. If there was a way to clear the weather in game, great. Can I sleep through it? No, you can only sleep through thunderstorms. Well, how am I supposed to get rid of this rain? I've got to just wait 20 minutes for it to stop. Why?
No, it'd be like the overworld. It'd be bugged. No.
But even if it's not, as a content creator, sometimes you think, right, I don't want to record this next clip in the rain. Maybe it's the beginning of a video. Maybe it's an important clip. And you're like, right, okay, we're going to wait it out. What a waste of time. Just waiting out the weather in Minecraft. Just turn it off. No thanks. And then turning off weather would be considered cheaty because, you're turning off the acid rain because I'm turning off the rain because the rain's pointless. Oh, tridents, no, pointless. Shut up. You don't understand. My opinion is valid to me. Maybe not to you, but to me.
That's fair.
And I'm the one in charge of the wish list with Slack. So if I say no, don't go in.
Okay. Well, we got Xeon up next. And they say geysers in the overworld that randomly burst steam. You could use them to take off with the elytra, but you would take some damage as steam is hot.
I like the idea, but what's it made from and what's underneath it? Because it's not going to go down to the bottom of the world, is it?
Very true point.
So what block is causing the steam to rise? Or is it just a natural formation and when you break it, it's gone, a little bit like amethyst clusters?
There was a bug that almost gave us this exact same thing.
What's that?
The bubble columns and then going the powdered snow through them. Yeah. That was more or less the same thing, but I think they've taken it away now, haven't they?
I don't know. See, I'm not opposed to this idea, but I want to know more about how it fits in with the world because I quite like the idea of have hot springs and geysers and things like that. I think that's a great idea.
But can I move it?
Can you move it? I think I would say no. I would say it should be like an amethyst cluster. It's a physical point in the world. If you break it, it's gone. Because it can't go down to the bottom of the world. Because if you want to build a massive, like say you wanted to build a big underground thing and all of a sudden there's a geyser there and it's just part of the world. Or a geyser or whatever you call it.
Well, whether they surface spawns in,
Yeah, I think there'd have to be like a little hole, maybe 3 or 4 blocks deep with a special block in it, maybe some water on top of that block and it just blows up hot steam through the water. And then when you break it, it's gone. Maybe there's a little lava pocket in it or something. I don't know.
Not movable, spawns on the surface. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Immovable, breakable surface. Okay, good. X-Zone says, good day, Mr. No-Tail and Mr. Lizard. Excuse me. My wish list idea is to either change one of the existing maps or add a new kind of map which follows you around. It's a bit weird thing to say, but the idea is that when you reach the end of the map, it shows you the new area you're in, or alternatively, it always shows you in the middle of the map, no matter if you move 50 blocks. My problem with maps is I simply walk out the reach of the map, which just makes it pointless unless you're mapping out a base for others or you want to know which way is northeast, southwest. This would make it more useful. Sorry, this is a long one. No, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, mini-map effectively, but one you can hold in your hand. Yeah, because if you have to make a new map every time you move, it's annoying. But if you've got a mini map, like all of those, do you remember the old RTS games, Big Black Fog all the way around the world? But once you've uncovered it, you can see it. Great.
Yep.
Give me a mini map with that. Don't show me anything until I've been to it, though.
Yep, I'm fine with that. But yeah, mini map, I like it. Yep.
Yeah, mini map. And if you have to hold it in your hands, fine.
Yep, I'm fine with that too. Lucy's up next. And they say, I wish for night vision to be added as an option on beacons.
Yeah, but you can do that kind of with conduits and rain.
You just said you didn't want rain.
I don't want rain. So, yeah, that's why I say it's a good idea.
Okay, good idea. Yep.
Hey, we got a lot of good ideas today. I should not let as many things in because it is actually very annoying adding all of these to the website every week. It's an absolute pain, but they are really good ideas. So, so there you go. You know how much I like these ideas if I'm going to put myself through pain of having to add them to the website each week. Jeez. Mike, is it me next? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
New item, Totem of Knowledge. When held, it absorbs and stores XP, including upon player death. Holding use will transfer the XP to the player at steady state. No. Why not?
No.
People hate it when we just say no without talking through. Why not? I just don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I just don't like it. No.
Sorry. I wish we could go into more detail. It's just one of those things I get a feeling for. Don't like it. Sorry.
No, don't like it. No. Jen is up next and says the ability to be able to place things on the top and bottom of panes and rods, for example, amethyst clusters on the bottom of glass panes.
Yeah, I never knew why there's a limitation on that.
I don't know.
Why is there a limitation on being able to put certain blocks on certain places? Why can't we put buttons on top of walls anymore?
I know. I was literally looking back at season 2 of TB the other day, and almost every wall that I had in there looked so much better because it had buttons on it.
Yeah, they did. Especially like Blackstone with stone buttons on the top. Look amazing.
Yeah, it looked great. It looked amazing. And then they took that away. That's
why. Yeah, good idea.
I don't know. No.
Stick anything anywhere.
No.
If it's supposed to be a sandbox game, why not? Who's it hurting? What cheating mechanic is it giving you that, what advantage are you getting from sticking buttons on walls? That is somebody at Mojang just deciding, no, I don't like that. Why? Unless you've got a reason why it's a problem. Why?
Yeah, exactly. Because you can put blocks on top of it. You can put other fences on top of it. You can't argue that the hitbox goes up bigger. You know? No, stupid. Yeah, put it back. No.
Nevergirl 2010 says, hey, Foxy and Slack, I was reading the Minecraft Mobistery the other day and was reading the page about mushrooms. I had an idea for skulk cows that are infected by skulk. Maybe it could be hostile since the warden is basically made of skulk. What if skulk makes mobs hostile? Nevergirl was killed by a skulk cow.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Again, no, I don't think there's a massive need for discussion on this one. I think we both just agree we really don't like the idea of that.
No, don't like that. No.
Okay.
Then we got Jen up next and says, I wish Skulk came in different colors. I enjoy the twinkly texture, but the base color of it doesn't always fit with what I'm building. 100% would find it worthwhile to venture into a deep dark for that.
I don't think it's suitable enough for different types of builds. I just think it's such a standout block. It works really nice as like a kid's bedroom ceiling or a night sky or something like that, but it really isn't like a mainstream building material. And I think even if it had different colors, it probably wouldn't be, and it would kind of look a bit weird because I'm assuming like concrete colors. What if it was like bright pink, or would they all be dark with twinkly bits? I don't know. I like the way Skulk looks.
No, I don't like it. Yeah, no, sorry.
Sorry, Jem.
No.
Esifa says, from Fox's prediction of new secret villages, I was wondering if they might introduce an ancient city villager. With towers and massive structures, the ancient cities always remind me of illager outposts and woodland mansions. These villagers would be like good illagers, and they would be your projectile bow crossbow specialists. Bonus, make an ancient city cleric sell potions, since that goes with tip towers. Make them sell blaze powder as well, since they're brewing potions. Ancient city clerics? Ancient cities having villagers? Are you mad? Are you mad? You don't want anything moving in there. The whole point of mobs don't spawn in ancient cities, or at least shouldn't do, is to stop them spawning wardens.
I mean, it's an ancient city. that was inhabited that is not anymore because there's a giant warden there. So
Yeah.
putting villagers in there just
Maybe
no.
like skeletons of villagers that are just like used to live there that are dead, and you can occasionally find an enchanted
or
book
you
on
know
one.
what? Maybe the villagers left through the giant portal in the middle and are in the new dimension waiting for us.
No, that's what the warden's guarding. He's the warden of that big portal. He's stopping
But
either
where's that
something
portal?
bad coming out or people going in.
Well, he's stopping people going in because that's where all the
No,
people
the
went.
villagers ran the other way, mate. They're on the overworld now. They're at the top.
Well, that explains idiots, right?
Okay.
Dutchy is up next and says, "Hey guys, hope you are doing well. Just a real simple one, but I would like to have lanterns available in all colors, purely for decoration, as I think it would look really nice and it would be easy to obtain. Thanks for the amazing podcast."
It would be nice to have like Christmas tree lights. I'm imagining like festive light strings with different colored lanterns and things like that. Because the frog lights kind of do that, but they're way too big.
Yeah. Can we
Uh,
just make all light sources dyeable to different colors?
yeah, but then they should get a different color light, and Minecraft doesn't do that, does it?
I don't know.
So you kind of I can understand why they don't do that with the development, although they did give us different colored frog lights. That's a really tricky one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no.
No, but yes, I'll still stick with my dyeable colored lights at some point. Just any, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. The last wish is from Stitch Fix, who says, "My wish is that they just leave the game alone and stop making it harder." I don't want them to leave it alone. I want them to fix the bugs. I want them to keep adding
Yeah, I want
update
bugs
things.
fixed.
Yeah, but I wish they would stop putting their experience. No, I don't know.
If you want players to play a
imposing their-
specific way, put them in an adventure mode. If you want them to play a specific way, do it in adventure mode. Don't do it in the sandbox survival.
Yeah, exactly. I wish they would stop imposing their idea of what's right and what's wrong in terms of play styles into the game.
Literally, when one of the things on the flash screen, there's no right or wrong way to play Minecraft. Really?
Unless
you're apparently telling us there are.
Yeah, geez. Okay, right. That's it for the wish list. If you've got a wish, then you can let us know by emailing us, filling in the feedback form on the website, or joining the Discord and let us know there. As you know, because you've listened to this podcast before, we have a special deal, special friends with benefits. No, that's not right, is it?
That's definitely not right.
With Mojang, who have guaranteed us that any idea that gets through the wish list into the good ideas bin will eventually get added to the game, unless it doesn't, or unless I'm lying about this secret special friends with benefits agreement, which I could be, but I can't tell you that because I'm under NDA, or am I? Right, okay. It's time for the questions, Slack.
Oh, questions. That means we're moving to a new document.
Yep.
From Muffin. It says, Slack, do you always wear your beard with elastic in it? No.
Not today.
Not today? Nope.
Nope. Jack Alltrade says, of all the mod packs I've played, the Create mod seemed to hold the spirit of vanilla Minecraft the best. No one-block machines to do all of your work for you. You have to build it like redstone contraptions. Foxy, how do you think it feels compared to other mods? I haven't had masses of experience with other mods. I've played some of the big mods, like I can never remember. The Mechanism is one of my favorite ones. Is it AE2, Tinker's Construct, all that sort of stuff. A lot of mods do make it very easy, like automatic crafting and things like that. Although you do, generally speaking, have to go down a big old rabbit hole to get there. But you kind of get to a point where you've just you've got way too much. There is an imbalance in there. But I don't know. I kind of enjoy those as well. I think Create stands out. It definitely stands out as it is more Minecrafty, even though it's all based on like rotation and circles and things like that. But it is very Minecrafty in the way that it's been built. I think whoever's done it has done an absolutely fantastic job of making it balanced and making it fun. And making it accessible as well, because it's not a difficult thing to get into. Whereas a lot of mods, you need a wiki, you need to understand things. One of the great things about Create is any item you can make in Create, if you hold W while you've got it in your inventory, it will open up this ponder screen. It shows you how to use it, a little tutorial, writing on where to do it and what you need to add to it. And then it's got like the linked items that you're using with it. It's a really fantastic mod. And I tell you what, Mojang could learn a lot from from that mod. Not just in terms of adding stuff to the game, but like just that hold to ponder, hold W to ponder. What a fantastic thing. If they had that for comparators and pistons and all of the, like nether portals and stuff like that. Wow, brilliant. Yeah. So how does it feel compared to other mods? It feels fleshed out, balanced, thoughtful, and something you could genuinely play with full time and not just get to the end of it and go, I've done that now. It really does enhance the game rather than just changing it.
Wildcat Dad is up next and says, have you seen the Feed the Beast Bedrock showcase by Dan Romp? I know Foxy is doing a create series on Java. Would a map like this make you willing to try it for Bedrock based series?
I think I've seen snippets of this, but not the whole thing. I'm pretty sure that there is a. I don't know if it's like a port of the. I don't think it's the full Feed the Beast like mod pack. I don't think it can be, because the Feed the Beast mod, I'm pretty sure, is like a mod pack of loads of different mods altogether. But
Yeah.
I think they are making progress to make a modded version of Bedrock actually accessible and actually work. I think it would definitely be worth playing with, but I think it's definitely in infant stages at the minute. And the thing is, why do it? What's the point? If you've got Java Edition and you can play Java Edition, and those mods exist as they should be played and in their full sort of, it's not a trial version, it's not an early version, it's not a buggy version, it's just the version that's been working for all that time. Why not just do it on Java Edition? Why play it on Bedrock just for the sake of playing on Bedrock?
Yeah,
Bedrock.
I agree.
Yeah, sorry, go on. Sorry.
I went down a rabbit hole the other day looking for mods in Bedrock Edition, and I found several that were ported over. And I watched videos on them, different mods, some popular mod packs, but there's just so much missing from them.
Yeah.
What's the point of doing it on Bedrock? If I went down that rabbit hole, I'd just go to Java. There's no point. Wait for something new to come out on Bedrock that's unique. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
If you like play Create where it was created. You know? Yeah, just no.
Borenzo in the live chat there saying not everyone has access to Java. Yeah, but the question was, would we make a series on it? No. So the question is to us. Yeah, I get it. If you haven't got Java Edition and you've got access to those, go for it, enjoy it. But no, I have no interest in making a Bedrock-based series on a half-assed mod pack that's missing half the stuff in it when I can play the full version of it. But I would, now that Bedrock's got all of this extra stuff that you can do with it, and it's not fun, it's still got a long way to go before it's ever going to be on par with modded stuff. But now it's got all of that stuff. There's no reason why something as amazing as Create or Feed the Beast, but that's not just let's do that on Bedrock Edition because it exists on Java, but something new and exciting comes out. And yeah, I'd love to do a series on something like that. But it's never, ever, ever going to get the hype that something like Java Edition mod packs will have, because there isn't a big enough community for people playing it yet.
Exactly.
So it's for a couple of reasons. One, why bother playing half a version if I can play the full one in terms of making a series? And the other half is, why make a series on something I know is going to have a very limited audience?
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go. Scrublord's back saying, here's a question pertaining to you both as creators, but particularly Foxy. I know Foxy was having troubles with his PayPal account, not being able to withdraw funds from it. Were you able to resolve that issue? If so, how? And then there's another question. So after many phone calls, they gave me access to withdraw my funds, but they still won't close the account. They won't release the email address from it. They won't let me into it to change anything, any personal details. So it's totally locked. I can't do anything with it, which means I can't use my correct email address on my PayPal, which sucks. So it's sort of semi-resolved in the fact that I got my money. But
I've got that same problem with an account. My first account that I used is locked up, and I've got several $1,000s in there, and I can't get it. Can't touch it. Yep.
Yeah.
I had to go to a different account and everything like that. You got lucky to get yours out. They wouldn't never.
Yeah. Well, over the phone, they unlocked it enough, and it took like 3 or 4 like multi-hour phone calls getting passed around from pillar to post, this manager, then that manager. It took several phone calls just to get them to open it up so that I could actually withdraw my funds. And then they said, you need to now lock it so no one else can send any money into this account. Because I don't want people wasting their money on an account I can't get. And I need you to give me my email address back. Well, you should be able to do that. I can't. Okay, well, you need to email this team and tell them that you want to use that email address on your new account. Okay, I did that. The new account people said, oh, you can't use that email address. It's used on the other one. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Anyway, the other part of the question was, and then for both of you, what would you recommend to people who are just starting out as far as finances go? I would recommend not doing anything until you're earning enough money to quit your job. Or if you're just out of college, or you're just deciding you're not going to continue your education because you're thinking, I'm going to make Minecraft videos for a living, go get a job, do this as a side hustle until it's earning more money than your existing job, and then move it across. Don't ever go into the. I shouldn't have done what I did, but I kind of used that good excuse of, oh, well, I had to close my business down for COVID and I might as well go full time and give it a go. It's not been a positive experience. It's been nearly 3 years since that's happened, and I have just been losing money every single year, to the point now where Jack's just took the rest of it for his university accommodation. So don't look at us and go, oh, well, yeah, they're doing all right. No, do it properly. Get a job.
Yep. If you and don't go into this thinking that you're going to make money. Don't.
No.
Your best bet is to start this as a hobby.
Yeah.
And if it ever becomes successful and you do make a little bit of money, be grateful. And if you are successful enough that you're able to quit your job and do it full time, be grateful too. Because what is it? Most channels out there will never get 1,000 subscribers. And I think if you get over 10,000 subscribers, you're considered in like the top like 99%. You're way up there. You know, it's don't plan on making no money.
Yeah, just do it for fun. And if you genuinely enjoy doing it and you're having a great time doing it and you can be semi-consistent doing it part-time. I did. I made more videos when I was doing it part-time than I do doing it full-time. And if you can do that and you can grow a subscriber base, and you can ask people to patron, and you can ask people to, support you on Twitch or whatever, then great. And you might get it to a point where it's working for you, you can make money from it. But don't start a channel and go, oh, join my Patreon, send me money on PayPal, send me money on Twitch or whatever. Just enjoy it, and it will come eventually. And depending on how good you are, will depend on how quick it goes.
Or lucky.
Yeah, or lucky. Yeah. Yeah, so lucky, some people. Jeez. Anyway.
Some people, yeah.
Green Warden, why are many, if not all things in Minecraft being updated with vibrations? It's an extraordinary technical system I suspect will not be used by most players. Is it a high-level dev's pet project, or did they hire a sound engineer, or just maybe will we get skulk-dominated dimension through that unused portal where sound vibrations and wireless redstone will be more important to gameplay? What's your guess? I don't know. I don't know why they are keen to really push that, aren't they? Considering you're right, no one uses it.
I've started using it.
Yeah, but it's not mainstream, is it? And I've got a feeling this is one of those things that's not going to become particularly mainstream.
It's going to be redstone-y stuff. Yeah, it's not going to be. Yeah.
But even for redstoners, the chances that you're actually going to use one of these in part of a major contraption is there'll be a few things that require it. Like a few things will pop up and, oh, actually, if you use one of those in there, it's better. Or, hey, we can make this new cool thing because of that. I think generally speaking, most redstone projects won't need it because it's not a necessity, is it, to make things work? It's a nice little add-on. It's like a wireless button more than anything, isn't it?
Pretty handy button though. I mean, T-Man started delving down the rabbit hole with them here recently, so I've seen some interesting things of it. And I know it's not what everybody likes, but he made a wool farm the other day that literally detects the update of the grass turning to dirt, and then it shears the sheep.
Yeah. So you can do cool stuff with it. Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, it's never going to be a mainstream thing, I don't think.
No, but I guess the more they do with it, the more chance of people actually using it in more things. And I don't think they're wasting time adding things in it. I don't know. Are they? Are they wasting time adding more and more things to it? Don't know.
No, but right now you're thinking that they're adding more and more things to it, Green Warden. But I'm going to assume that you're talking about us talking about changelogs that's actually just doing nothing but bringing Bedrock into parity with Java Edition.
Yeah.
Because when it came out in Java, it had all those things. And we had like 3 things it could detect. And all these changes that we keep reading each week are due to bringing Bedrock up with parity.
Yeah.
Which, look at this, a feature came out on both platforms at the same time, yet they didn't even release in parity.
No, because Bedrock couldn't handle it.
Exactly.
And they went ahead with it anyway.
Yep. No, they still pushed it out there, even though the game that makes the money.
Yep. But it's not favored by the developers at all, Slack. No. They
No,
like both versions equally.
Yeah. Let them go play on this version for a while.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Like, if I suddenly got a job at Mojang as the boss, I'd be like, right, all of you Java developers, you're having to spend a whole day every week at work playing Bedrock Edition. You've got to build all of these different things. You're not allowed to use Java Edition. You're not allowed to look up a wiki.
Yep.
Yeah, and you've got to do it on a realm altogether.
Yeah, and use your knowledge of Java and take that over to Bedrock and find out that it means nothing after a few basic core mechanics.
Good luck. And then start telling me whether mendings should never exist. Jeez. Right, anyway, let's move on, Slack. Quick, Battle Chicken.
Yes. Says, why did Minecraft say chickens are ducks? Just say you are adding ducks to Minecraft, not say chickens are ducks, and no more goofy DLCs. Well, the goofy DLCs are going to always be there.
People, that's going, they didn't say chickens are ducks. They're going back to, many ago.
Or a duck?
Yeah, like from the early days of Minecraft, people have been saying, is it a chicken or a duck? Because it looks more like a duck than a chicken.
Yep.
And it does. It looks more like a duck than a chicken, but it makes a chicken noise, and it's called a chicken. So, yeah, that's not them like going, oh, it's a duck. They're just, I guess they're memeing. They're memeing. Dutchy says, sorry, me again. As we're nearing Minecraft Live and people begin to look back on 1.20, do you maybe think that people have been a bit too harsh? I personally love the update from the cherry wood to archaeology, and so maybe people need to think about the positives rather than just what it lacked. Dutchy, it's my opinion that most people have been pretty okay and not overly negative with the update. I think most of us, including ourselves and most other content creators, would agree that the 1.20 update was fine. That's not saying it's bad. No one's sitting here going, it was an awful update. They shouldn't have done it. What a terrible update. We're all saying it was okay. It was all right. Had some good stuff in it. But it wasn't anything special. It didn't add anything in that was wow. It didn't change the world. It didn't make you suddenly want to run back to Minecraft and do all of the new cool stuff that you could do with it, unless you were really into archaeology or you really wanted to meet a sniffer, right? And that is some people, but it's not everyone. So I don't think we need to focus on the positives of it, because I don't think anyone's focus is on the negatives. I think people are just saying they're really hoping Minecraft has some special moments coming up because it feels like we're missing some.
Yep. I agree with that.
So
I agree.
Yeah.
Stitch Fix is up next and says, after being out of the game for a bit because of life and time, it's so hard to get back into the game. With the new things continuing to go back, how much life do you think Minecraft has left in it? Minecraft is getting more stressful than stress relieving. You know, I had a friend DM me the other day. They quit playing Minecraft about 3 years ago. And they're like, I don't know what all this new stuff is. They're like, there's so much new stuff. I wish somebody would do a video on it or something like that. And I'm just kind of thinking at the same time, yeah, if for a few years there's been a lot added, but at its game, it's still just Minecraft. You don't need none of the new stuff.
No.
And the stress is going to be whatever you put on it.
Yeah, I don't understand how you're saying it's getting more stressful. There's nothing. Nothing's changed in as far as I can see with Minecraft over the last few years that's game changing. Like, yeah, okay, we've had some world generation changes, and we've had some new blocks and some new mobs and some new biomes, but you still play the game exactly the same way you did. I guess getting netherite is a little bit more tricky now, but you don't have to get armor trims or anything like that.
No, you don't have to.
Deep slate's annoying to mine through, but you don't need to do it. Although, it's if diamonds are your thing, I guess that's a bit of an annoyance. I don't really see where the stressful side comes from, unless you're in such a rush. I guess, yeah, you say you are out of the game because of life and time, so maybe time's short. Geez, join the club. Join the club. If you're getting stressed out at a game, don't play it. You're not enjoying it. Don't play it.
Yep.
There's no point in playing a game that makes you stressed out. Life's not worth it. A game should be an escape from life and an enjoyment from start to finish. Maybe it's one of those games that makes you think about things. Maybe it's one of those games that you play like reading a book that's not a particularly fun book, but you really enjoyed the story. Fine, but don't play a game that makes you stressed out because if you're not enjoying it, what are you doing it for?
Exactly.
Okay, Not So Blue Sheep says, if Microsoft pulled the plug on Java, do you think the developers would quit in protest? Would Java players switch to Bedrock, do you think, or would a lot of people stop playing altogether? I think some developers probably would quit out of protest. I think a lot of Java Edition players would probably switch to Bedrock, just like when console finished, a lot of console players switched over to Bedrock because they didn't have a choice. I think a lot of people would stop playing altogether. So I think all three of those things.
Yeah, but at its core, the game would still be there, wouldn't it? People could still play it just on older versions.
Oh yeah, you could still play like all of the old Minecraft Java Edition versions. You'd still be able to play all the old modded versions.
It'd be no different than. Sure, you're going to have some people quit in protest. You're going to have some people, but I mean, let's go back to Quake. Quake hasn't been supported in years, yet there's still people playing classic Quake every day.
Yeah.
Mario, there's still people playing original Nintendo Mario to this day. There's always going to be a fan base or a cult base, whatever you want to call it, for every type of game. You can think of a game that you played 20 years ago that nobody else plays anymore, that you even know, and you haven't even touched in 20 years. Yet there's still going to be a group of people out there that play it religiously.
Yeah, but if there was a different version of that game that was practically the same but a bit different, and they were still updating that version of the game, do you think those people would go?
If I'm going to play StarCraft, I'm going to go play the OG StarCraft. I am not going to play StarCraft 2.
No, but that's different. It's not StarCraft. We're not talking about Minecraft 2. We're talking about Minecraft, StarCraft. So you've got two versions of StarCraft. One you can play on your PC, the other one you can play on your console. You particularly like playing on the console version, but they go, I don't want to play. We're not developing that one anymore, but we're adding all of this cool stuff, and we're going to continue supporting StarCraft on the PC. What do you do?
Do I still got access to my old version? Because that's exactly what's going on with this.
Yeah.
I still got access to old Java. I'm probably still going to play the old one. I mean, here's a classic example. Oh, I got you on this one. Because Diablo 2 completely redid their game with the new engine and everything like that. And they're supporting the new version. Yet, if I want to go play Diablo 2, I'm going to go play the original because it just feels right.
I don't think.
No, it's not.
I think the majority of people with Minecraft would. I think the majority of people that enjoy playing Minecraft would move across because they don't have a choice.
I think they would just adapt. Would, but I think maybe they would. But then again, you're going to have some people who won't. They're going to hold the line.
Some people will just outright quit. Some people will say, "No, I'm just not going to play on any other versions." Some people say, "I'm going to wait for the community to basically mod the game in order to keep it up in line with the updates."
Yeah, exactly. The community would. The community, all they'd have to do is come to a Minecraft Live, show what they're going to feature in it. This is going to be added to the game, and then the community of modders over there would have it out in the next week, and it would work.
Would still be better. It would still be better because they don't give you the full thing at the Minecraft Live. They'd be like, okay, well, they were just going to assume how this is going to work, and it'd be 10 times better than the mod came to Bedrock.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're probably right. Oh, geez. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Last question, Slack.
It's from Mike and says, if you could
update...
It's
sorry. Go on.
It says, if you could update the bonus chest in Minecraft, how generous would you be? What would you think is an appropriate head start for players that are over the day one grind? I haven't used the bonus chest forever, but the last times that I did.
I was going to say, I have
I think
no idea what's even in the bonus chest apart from a map.
Oh, it starts with like random saplings or random tools or random food.
Right.
Yeah, it's
if it was up to me, I wouldn't even have it as an option. I don't see the point in having the bonus chest when you're generally spawning in somewhere near wood and somewhere near animals. It's absolutely pointless having a bonus chest. You don't need a map because they don't have coordinates on them like they used to do in console days when the bonus chest actually had a map with coordinates on it, which was useful.
Yep.
Yeah, no, waste of time.
No.
So that's how I would update it to give an appropriate head start. I would get rid of it.
Yeah, let's just get rid of it. Can we put that in a good idea, Ben? Even though it's a question, let's just get rid of the bonus chest.
No.
But I want to.
Oh, jeez.
It was your idea, and I'm agreeing with you.
Fine, I'll write at the bottom of the wish list.
Good.
Hang on. Good idea. Get rid of bonus chest. There you go. Speaking of getting rid of the things, we're getting rid of the questions now because that is the end of the questions section. If you have got a question for us, and we really hope you do because we do love it. I do know what, that's genuinely my favourite part of the podcast. I look forward to answering the questions the most, but it's always the thing we get the least of. So if you've got a question for us, then please do email us, fill in the feedback form on the website, or I tell you why it'll be. It's because it's the end of the podcast and no one will listens this far. Or join the Discord and ask us on there. Just as a polite reminder to let you know that we are supported by patrons. So if you would like to help us out, then you can do by going to patreon.com/the block update. Slack, what are you doing this week?
Streaming, playing Minecraft. Probably every day.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to continue to hopefully create videos and get them going out. I'm going to be still doing my Starfield playthrough is going out daily. 2 videos a day over on my Duckshot84 channel.
For the next 6 years?
For the next 6 years. And hopefully I'll get some streams in as well. I should be doing one tomorrow evening, which is yesterday as the podcast comes out. So we'll see. You'll know if I have, but I don't. Geez, as I said before, if you want to get in touch, email us news@theblockupdate.com or go to the blockupdate.com website, fill out the feedback form, or join our Discord. The links for all of the things, the show notes, the bugs, everything is in the description and the show notes. Even all the good ideas, because I just put them in there.
Yeah.
All I have to say is the same thing I say at the end of every podcast, and that is that if you've got a bonus chest and I see you better start running.
Those are his items.
They're
just
banned.
saying.
Banned.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, there we go. Job done. Bye.
Good talk. Bye.